Start, please. Good afternoon. We are here to present a business analysis report on District Foods Nigeria Limited. District Foods is an agro-processing FMCG company with operational base in Jos, Nigeria, and spread across 21 states out of the 36 states. District Foods has demonstrated the potential to transform the agro-processing industry with its unique variety of processed nutritional snacks. However, the company is fraught with several existential challenges, including high operational expenses and poor brand visibility. In response to these, we set up the following objectives to provide strategic blueprint that comprises recommendations that will help them build the required corporate resilience. We set out to evaluate the District Foods' internal and external operating business environment using the SWOT, PESO, and the risk assessment, as well as the financial analysis. We want to analyze the strategies for helping them achieve 25% revenue growth, establish positive strategic insights on how to improve their net profit margin by 15% over the next 3 years. Then lastly, we evaluate the strategies for reducing high production costs by 10% in the first year and 35% in the third year.
We carried a SWOT analysis on District Foods, and SWOT analysis is an analysis to show the internal and external factors affecting District Foods. Looking at the strengths of District Foods, you can see that they have experience in the FMCG sector for many years, and there's a strong product differentiation and the kind of product they bring to the market. And also looking at the weaknesses, you find out that there's a large aspect of dependency on external grants, and then there's limited distribution, there's poor media presence. And then looking forward at the opportunities of District Foods, there's a large market demand for healthy foods in the market. And there's also potentials for expansion and collaboration with different retail companies, and especially also in the areas of the establishment of farms to aid resilience, especially in the areas of peanuts buying. And then looking at the threats, you have them experiencing competition, price fluctuation in areas of supply chain, exchange rate volatility, and you also find out that there's a growing insecurity in the areas of their distribution, which has a way of influencing how they can scale distribution. And then we also carried out a PESTEL analysis. PESTEL analysis looks at the external factors that affect District Food or can affect District Foods. P stands for the political. There's compliance with regulations set by government bodies such as NAFDAC, and making sure that they adhere to the production regulations and packaging. Then economic stability can also influence consumer purchasing power, understanding your customer, and also spending patterns for strategic decision making. Then social aspect, District Food has also done so much in the areas of their social responsibility, bringing healthy foods to the market. And then technology, we also want District Food to embrace technology and also leveraging data analytics for market research. Looking also at the legal aspect, we also want District Foods to adhere to food safety regulations and labor laws to avoid legal issues, ensuring compliances and paying of tax and every legal processes involved. Then also looking at the environmental, implementing sustainable practices to enhance and ensure environmental footprint on district foods, adapting to the impact of climate change on agriculture.
Kanayo, unmute your mic.
God have mercy.
We listed out a couple of number of risks, including operational risk, compliance risks, financial risk, reputational risk, human resource risk, and environmental risks. And we also attempted to determine the probability of their occurrence and the severity of their impact, as well as strategies for mitigating these risks, especially for the environmental risks, managing waste disposal to comply with environmental regulations and minimize impact on environment, while evaluating energy needs, usage, and seeking ways to improve efficiency were also considered as critical to the business.
Okay, so we carried out a financial analysis of the data given to us by District Food. We must first mention the fact that the data had so many missing points and were not enough to carry out enough analysis as should have been necessary. But from what we got, we realized that yes, District Food actually has experienced revenue growth. From 2019 to 2021, the revenue has increased remarkably. However, it didn't translate to their net profit and gross profit, especially when you calculate the GPM and the NPM. And when we dive further to know the reason it wasn't translating, we realized that under the gross profit, we had peanut eating deeply into their gross profit. We did a line, here's a line chart of the cost of goods sold, and you can see that from 2020, peanut prices rose astronomically high, with them spending as much as 350 million on peanut alone, and that greatly affected the GPM. We also looked into the analysis of the net profit margin, and we could see that the administrative expenses could do with a little changes in order to cost cut so the company do not nosedive. There's also a regression analysis of quarterly turnover, and you can see from the blue points, which are the actual data, that there is a growth in their revenue. However, there's a lot that needs to be done in order for this growth in revenue to actually translate as profit to District Foods.
Yeah. So the data provided by the Nigerian District Food Company, the data, when we look at it, the company owner doesn't understand. So for the easy visualization, we have used the Power BI visualization, which will give out the company where is its strength and where is its weaknesses. So looking at the bar chart, it is the sum of cost of goods sold by the year 2019, 2020, and 2021. The colors over here represent some of other raw materials, blue color for some of packaging, some of peanuts, the transportation costs, the other direct costs, and factory wages. So on the x-axis, we can see the years provided. On the y-axis, we can see what percentage the expenses have been spent. So looking at the colors, orange color, which represents the sum of peanuts, has been increasing from 49.61% to growing to 86.35% in the year 2021. So there's an increase of expense in the peanut that the company has spent. And now the dark blue color one represents the sum of packaging from 16% to dropping down to 6.43%. But every company, to have an easy look, where is my weaknesses? What should I tackle next? Would already have a look at their gross profit and the net profit. So the gross profit and net profit are given in the next bar chart, where you can see how the expenses are affecting year after year. We have also provided all the expenses in brief in the next line chart, where representing with different colors, where you can see where each and every expense of the company is going through from 2019 to 2022. In the line chart also, it shows that the sum of administrative expenses is more than related to other expenses in the company. Whereas coming to the next final chart, where you can see the sum of transportation and the packaging costs that I've provided in the donut chart, which shows how much has been spent. So you can see the transportation and packaging charges are also been increasing year after year. So these are the places where they need to look at what changes they need to make in the company to have more profits, to look more forward towards what is lacking behind. Yeah.
Okay, so we took a case study of XYZ Food. XYZ Food is also an SME in the FMCG, and they were faced with the same kind of challenges that District Food were faced with at the beginning of their businesses. They were spending so much on peanuts, they were spending so much on the administrative expenses, and they were not experiencing growth. Yes, the revenue was growing, but not corresponding with whatever GPM or NPM margin that had. So this company focused on maximizing profitability. They strategically increased revenue, streamlined costs, and optimized their pricing approach. The focus on both revenue growth and cost control paid off with a significant improvement in the GPM. As you can see from the chart, that after 2020, they began an upward trend. And if they continue, it's going to be sustainable. So this explains the effectiveness of pricing adjustment and operational efficiencies. Their revenue already is growing. They do not have any issues with revenue, but they had to do a 5% cut across peanut costs and every other expenses. And not only have their margins improved, but they've also generated substantial growth in absolute terms. And this is the same idea we are bringing forth to District Foods. If they can adopt this method used by XYZ Foods, we are sure we've not heard the last of them.
As a business, here's our recommendation on the strategies District Foods can adopt in order to grow their revenue. These strategies have been divided into short-term strategies, medium-term strategies, and long-term strategies. We recommend improving the efficiency at every stage, right from the production stage to the distribution stage. We also recommend investing in marketing campaigns that highlight the health benefits of the peanut snacks, and this would also go a long way in improving their presence. Capacity building and training of farmers, as well as providing support, would improve the productivity as well as the quality of the products. For medium-term strategies, which would span from the second year to the third year, we recommend product diversification to include value-added products such as peanut butter, snacks, and oils. Exploration of local and international market opportunities would also strengthen the existing partnerships and establishing distribution hubs across the country. For long-term strategies, which would span duration of the third year, we recommend investing in research and development in order to create new peanut-based products. We would also recommend advocating for stronger government support in order to provide a conducive environment for investment and innovation. Investment in peanut farming would, in the long run, reduce the operational costs in terms of peanut sourcing. We also recommend internal evaluation of the effectiveness of the strategy implementation to ensure that the 35% reduction of operational costs and 25% revenue targets are achieved. District Foods has shown remarkable growth and resilience in the past 3 years, despite the challenges faced in declining profit margins and rising operational expenses. In order to continue this momentum, District Foods must prioritize operational efficiency and innovation in how it manages its cost of production, while continuing to address nutritional needs to its target market in an environmentally, socially, and economically stable way. The company can make the positive difference in the lives of smallholder farmers, low-income households across Nigeria and beyond by consistently focusing on strategies for maintaining a strong and sustainable market position.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.